and welcome to Play PKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm PKN's publisher, Lindy Hewson, and this week's episode is brought to you by Filton Packaging, a trusted Australian manufacturer of flexible packaging, combining cutting-edge print technology with tailored film and bag solutions to elevate your brand. Well, reporting season has kicked off, and we start this week with a strong half-year result from global packaging giant Amcor, as the first full months of ownership of Berry Global delivered a step change in scale and earnings. For the 6 months to the 31st of December, Amcor reported net sales of $11.19 billion, up 70% year on year. CEO Peter Konieczny said the company's second quarter performance was in line with expectations despite a challenging volume environment, with growth driven by disciplined execution and synergy benefits at the upper end of expectations. For the half year, the Flexibles business delivered net sales of $6.45 billion and adjusted EBIT of $828 million, up 25%, reinforcing the earnings resilience of the segment despite uneven demand, with strongest growth coming from pet food and meat proteins. Rigid Packaging delivered net sales of $4.75 billion and adjusted EBIT of $523 million, with margins lifting to 11%. Overall, integration benefits are flowing faster than volume recovery, reinforcing Amcor's margin-led growth strategy in a cautious demand environment. Next up, global labels supplier Multicolor Corporation has received US court approval to continue operating in the normal course of business following its pre-packaged Chapter 11 filing. The decision allows MCC to keep paying suppliers and trade vendors in full, maintain employee wages and benefits, and operate without interruption while its financial restructuring proceeds. MCC filed for Chapter 11 protection on the 29th of January as part of a previously announced plan to significantly reduce debt and strengthen its capital structure. The company has operations worldwide, including 11 sites across Australia and New Zealand, supplying labels into food, beverage, wine, spirits, and consumer goods markets. Then in more news from the label sector, Cohesion Labels has marked more than a century in business, placing it among a small group of Australian label converters to have navigated 100 years of technological and market change. Founded in Perth in 1925 as Waters Typographic House, the family-owned business now operates across Western Australia and New South Wales. General Manager Jamie Waters told PKN that Cohesion's longevity has been driven by a customer-focused mindset rather than loyalty to any single technology or market segments. He said the company has consistently adapted and invested early to meet where customers are heading next, even when that meant redefining the business. Then in some pack design news, Western Australia's iconic dairy brand Browns has rolled out a new master brand and packaging refresh developed by Sydney-based design agency Boxer Brands. The packaging system is built around handcrafted illustrations, colour and typography across milk and yogurt ranges, with designs aiming to balance Brown's long heritage with a contemporary, energetic feel. The refreshed packaging is now rolling out on shelf, with a visual system also extending across signage, digital touchpoints and fleet livery. Then Orora's high-speed Helio digital print technology has been used once again in a limited edition can, this time for Sodali Raspberry for Remedy Drinks, in partnership with the McGrath Foundation. Produced on Orora's 250ml slimline cans, the design uses Helio inks and a matte varnish finish to deliver a vibrant pink graphic aimed at strong shelf appeal. In other news, BioPak has appointed former Woolworths Group executive Guy Brent as Chief Executive Officer. Brent succeeds founder and former CEO Gary Smith. BioPak's board says the appointment marks a pivotal moment as the business enters its next phase of growth. And then finally, the federal government has committed to developing an industry code of practice for labelling plant-based protein products. The work will be led by the Alternative Proteins Council and supported by Food Standards Australia New Zealand Research, following several years of consultation aimed at addressing consumer understanding and long-standing concerns from the meat and dairy sectors over confusing labelling. Well, that is all we have time for today, folks. For more on these and other stories, head to packagingnews.com.au. Thanks to our sponsor, Filton Packaging, and thanks to you, as ever, for watching.